Ladies and gentlemen, we got her. Welcome to Absolutely Criminal. This is Andrew Martin. Right beside me, as always, is Tiffie Lou. What's going on, Tiffie Lou?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for today. Last night was amazing.
Yeah, we didn't expect this, did we? This
I didn't expect it this quickly, I think.
Surprise news,
I
yeah.
thought it would be like a longer delay.
Right, and if you haven't heard, what we're talking about is Donna Adelson. Donna and Harvey were bound for Vietnam.
Because that's where you go to escape the world, apparently.
Right, by way of Dubai, where they were going to stay a couple days. So we'll get into all the details, but Donna was arrested last night and booked into the jail at 10:08 p.m. local time. So that was huge. We want to welcome everybody here. Our moderators are here. Amelia Sparkles and Renee and I Love Lucy is here. Welcome.
I know. Lucy's been out. Where has Lucy been? We were just talking about you earlier. We were like, we haven't seen her around lately.
Yeah, we missed you. Good to see you. And Kim Burley. All right. So it's all about the Adelsons tonight, the Adelson crime family. We can maybe officially say that now. We know at least one of them is convicted. Charlie Adelson, of course. This arrest came exactly 1 week after his conviction. And
I think, in my opinion, I don't understand why she waited this long to try and bail. Like, technically, if she had left even just a week earlier,
right,
she'd be gone. You know?
Yep. And Logan Dowell brings up my exact point from earlier. Why not buy a round trip ticket so they could claim it's just a vacation
and then just not come home?
And my gosh, buy it during the trial. Did they think there was any chance he would be acquitted and life would be fine?
I know, right?
They bought it right after the trial, apparently.
After he was convicted. You know.
They didn't go to support their son, who's completely innocent.
They were never there in court, were they?
Yep. No, they weren't.
Yeah.
No, they weren't anywhere near the courthouse, I'm sure. I Love Lucy working long hours starting at 3 a.m.
Oh,
holy moly.
Yuck. I'm sorry.
We're glad you have a few days off. Yeah. So they purchased tickets, as I said, to Vietnam. I don't know if they have connections there or hookups or what, but this followed a recorded phone call, which we haven't heard yet, to my knowledge, between Mama Bear and Charlie. And allegedly, Donna was talking about either ending her life or jetting off to Vietnam. And it appears she chose the latter.
Well, yeah, it'd be probably easier to just buy a plane ticket.
Right. But the thing is, Tiffie Lou, that's all recorded. And the feds were ready for them.
You know, it's like we call them a crime family, but at the same time, no one knows what they're doing.
Right.
You know, I feel like this was just like one fumble after another, one stupid.
Right. They've all been educated, gone to finishing school.
I know.
And they don't have any business mingling with the underworld. I mean, Charlie fancied himself a gangster.
No. Why? Because he dated a girl who dated a gangster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that's like a second cousin. Okay. You know.
So when Donna Adelson, I don't know if she slept last night, but she was up early and she was in court. And we're going to take a look at that. Interesting seeing her. She'll be in a one of those smocks that prevents you from harming yourself.
No way. Like a straitjacket?
No, well, not quite a straitjacket, but it's Daryl Brooks wore one when he came in. It just keeps you from self-harm. You can't really do anything to yourself. Yeah, you can't tear it. You can't wind it up. But here is Donna Adelson in court. I like this judge. I've seen her before.
I gotta say, I don't know many clothes I can wind up, but I'll go with whatever you're saying.
Right. Amelia Sparkles, yes, a turtle suit. It's called a turtle suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. Charlie needs to open his eyes and turn on all of them. They left him in jail to take the rap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's time to start speaking, Charlie.
He was their one hope.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they thought he had a chance. I'm sure that's why he went on the stand, because his defense was not looking very good up until that point. So you may as well take a shot at it. But this is Donna Adelson's morning over in Florida. Let's take a look at that.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
And I apologize, it is an in-state warrant. So I did write out of state.
We have a busy calendar today, so
You do.
There's the turtle suit.
Oh, wow. Okay. Looks like a bulletproof vest.
It does. Yeah, I mistook it for one earlier.
Ma'am, you were arrested on a warrant from Leon County, Florida.
I'm sorry.
The charges are public order crimes. It says attempted solicitation, conspiracy to commit a capital felony, homicide, willful, it says homicide, but maybe attempted homicide, I'm sorry.
But it's not spelled
Attempted
out.
solicitation or conspiracy to commit homicide.
Yikes.
It looks like 2 counts of that. So your attorney is here.
Thank goodness
Ms.
for that.
LaCasse, anything you want to say?
Good morning, Your Honor. Marisol Descalzo on behalf of Donna Adelson. We are going to waive extradition to Leon County.
It's an in-state warrant, which means, so basically you have a warrant from Leon County. It sounds like really serious charges. They have up to 15 days to come and pick you up. The reset date here is November 29th to make sure you get picked up. So Ms. Delcazo, what you can do is reach out to Leon County, the prosecutor's office there, and see if they'll agree to a bond.
So she has waived extradition to the other county. That's all that is. And speaking of extradition, that's why she chose Vietnam and Dubai, because they don't have a straightforward agreement with the U.S. apparently.
Yeah, she can't just be yanked back.
Yeah, so it would have taken some time, and they just decided we're just going to nab her at the airport before they go anywhere.
If they do agree to a bond, you're welcome to contact Ms. F. She can send you a sample order we use. And with that order,
couldn't have happened to a sweeter person. I agree. Yep.
we can sign.
Judge, I think it's unlikely there's going to be an agreement on this.
What's a solicitation case? Anyway. Okay, so you want to hear something funny though? She looks like a lady that was on my airplane yesterday. Mhm. Did you come in from Paris?
I did not. I wish.
What do you think Donna's thinking as the judge
She
is having
looks like she's just like
the judge is having a casual conversation about jetting in from Paris, and Donna is just sitting there. This is the worst day of her life.
My gosh.
And everybody else is going home today.
She looks like a lady who's on the airplane with me for real. And I'm sorry you're going through all this. They have 15 days to pick you up. The reset date's November 29th. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to
That's it for that.
you. All right.
Look at her face though, man.
Anyway,
She's like
Yeah, I guess she rolled her eyes at one point too.
I couldn't tell with all the glasses
it's-
going on.
It's filmed on a potato as well. It's like 240p.
I know, and like they're
resolution.
talking all choppy, like
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, that was interesting, Lucy. Yeah, it's. I was talking about this extortion, not the last extortion. You see, their defense, I never really got a whole grasp on it because maybe that was the idea. Just confuse us and run the end around, you know. Let's see. All right, so we're going to. I want to take a look at take a listen again to the phone call. This is after the bump. And that's when the undercover cop went and gave that letter to Donna.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Mhm.
And she freaked out and had that
And
call.
she
right.
freaked out, and then she called Sonny Boy. and they talked in code. I want to listen to a little
he
bit.
had to bring cash for lunch, like about $100,000 or something for lunch.
Right. This is not the first call, I don't think. This is second or third between them, but it's interesting. And we're going to take a look at the arrest warrant later, too. So it goes to show a little bit of what went on.
This is Mrs. Adelson. Is this Sammy? Okay.
Oh, sorry. This is a call between Mrs. Adelson, the family matriarch, Donna, and the undercover agent. This is the guy that gave her the paper.
The dude that approached her on the street.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
So he is playing that he's a little miffed that he hasn't heard from her in a while. And, he wants it taken care of. So let's take a listen.
My grandchildren had my phone before, so I can. I'm Mrs. Adelson.
Yes.
Yeah, my grandchildren had my phone before, so that's, and I just saw that you called.
Oh, okay. You left a message on my voicemail.
Right, I did.
Yeah.
This is my problem. You approached me on Alton Road. You handed me an article from the newspaper about my ex-son-in-law. You told me I need to call you and help your friend who was in prison. Now, at the time you did that, I didn't understand what you were talking about. I didn't call you back. Then you mailed me a threatening letter. Then you send me a text message to my phone that says I'm not taking you seriously. So I am taking you seriously.
So this is the Adelsons are completely under-equipped to deal with the underworld element here.
Yeah, they have no idea what they're doing.
She goes on in a tone like she's trying to contact the manager at Kohl's, but he's like getting straight to business.
And I really want you to listen to me. I have to tell you,
You're welcome, Lucy. I think you meant for letting me know, but we will never let you go, Lucy. We love you too much.
This is important. I have been so stressed out. I have spoken to 10 or 12 people who are close friends of mine, telling them about this and basically picking their brains and asking them what I should do, because I don't know your friend who is in jail. You mentioned a name. I don't even know his name. I never spoke to him. I don't know what he looks like. I've never met him.
Yeah, that's the idea. You're not supposed to know these things.
I'm sorry your friend's in jail, but I don't know what that has to do with me.
You know exactly what it has to do with. You know exactly what. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me. You just got to listen to me.
You need to ask your friend.
Welcome, Keith. We're glad you made the live broadcast too. Good to see you. We are listening to a phone call between Donna and the undercover cop who played the bump guy, and they're discussing business.
Who this person looks like, what their name is, something, because I know there's a big reward out there, and if you need money for your friends, that's the way to get it. I mean, I'm asking you nicely. I don't know who he is. I am out of the loop. It is
She's asking nicely, Tiffie. She's out of the loop.
not me. If I can help, I would help. I mean, that's what.
Just like I told you. Listen to me. Just like I told you that day. We know that your family had a problem up north. We know that problem was taken care of about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and we know that Katie has been taken care of and has been taken care of. Now my brother in jail. We were in Broward together. He told me the whole thing, and he hasn't been taken care of. You know. Now.
Yeah, this is a great moment because she's probably thinking, my God, I'm going to get a call every week for another $5,000 for the rest of my life. I think this is when it's finally starting to sink into her how big of a fucking mess she's in.
That you can't just hire people to go kill someone and think that it's over.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, these people are the dumbest criminals. Like they had this 4D chess plan of just how to get it right, and you know, but they didn't have any exit strategy. And it's just they overlooked a lot of silly things. And like, you can't play this off. Like, she obviously knows what it's about. Otherwise, she would have just hung up or be like, dude, stop harassing my family.
I'm gonna call the police.
Right.
Yeah.
All that's being asked for is $5K. That's all we're asking for is for $5K.
That's
and all. He told me everything, and I know everything. I know who's involved. I know everything, and I'll get the $100K for myself.
You know,
all I ask is to send the $5K. Everybody knows what's going on.
I don't, you know, you're saying everyone knows. I know I lost my ex-son-in-law. I did not have anything to do with it. That's why I said, ask him what. That's what my brother Tato told me. He told me everything when we were in jail. He told me everything and who was involved. I know everything. Well, I don't. That's the problem. I'm telling you.
She knows nothing.
It's not me. It's not me. I have had a year of aggravation, a year and a half of aggravation over this. My daughter, my grandchildren. It is not me. And when
I bet it's been pretty stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my friends, what do they think? They said, well, this person needs to get a description of you because of what you look like, or it's not me. I don't know who caused this. It wasn't me. I mean, I don't know.
I'll tell you, just like that day when I talked to you, this is not going away.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to go away because Tato told me everything. He wasn't being taken care of. He needed the $5K. Sent $5K. That's all we were asking for. Don't do that.
I don't know who Tato is. You don't understand.
We know you don't know who Tato is, but you know
don't
Katie
need to know.
is. And you know the contacts Katie has.
Yeah, so they take a break here, and it goes on like that. And she, I can't imagine the feeling in her guts right now, you know. So let's take a break and look at the arrest warrant. And I guess maybe I should have planned ahead. That's kind of small.
Yeah, I can't read that. Can you?
No. Let me see here. Let me see. Entertain the folks, Tiffie.
Oh, don't do that.
Here, let me get I'll get the call started again here while we get those.
Okay? You know who Katie is. And you know that Katie has somebody that knows Tato. And they took care of a problem for you people. That's just the bottom line.
What happened?
Oh, there were. Let's see.
Katie is. You know that they took care of Katie and her people. Nobody's taking care of Tato. I know you don't know who Tato is.
No,
but we know who all of you are. And this ain't going away.
You know what?
So I can give you you want to send the $5K?
Here's what you need to do. You need to go and...
Don't tell me what to do. I know what to do and I'm doing it.
You're looking for money. Get $100,000 or whatever whatever the reward is. It isn't me. You have got the wrong person. That's why.
It isn't her, Tiffie.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, I'm just curious. Maybe you know, Andrew. How authentic is this guy on pretending to be the bad dude or whatever?
Well, in my many dealings with the underworld, I have no idea.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it sounds pretty good to me.
He doesn't sound like someone from Breaking Bad, and that's the only knowledge I really have.
Right. I mean, it sounds pretty good to me. He's like, you know who we are, and you don't need to know who Tuto and Tato are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he sounded pretty good. This is the first or one of the pages of the arrest warrant. And I just wanted to go over let's see, a few things. It says communication records in Charles Adelson's iCloud show Donna Adelson telling Charles Adelson she was outside your house at approximately 8:59. That was one thing she denied in court. Also, prior to the homicide, Katie was employed at a Miami dental office. Investigation revealed that after the homicide occurred in July 2014, Magbanua started receiving paychecks from the Adelson Institute. And you know who they were signed by, Tiffie Lou? By Donna Adelson. And those checks continued at least through April 2016.
Oh, wow.
So they've even got her signature.
Wow.
I mean, all this is alleged, of course, at this point, but
steady employment.
Right. And we go on. So a review of their financial records indicated that Charles Adelson and Donna Adelson had the financial means to finance this murder and provide ongoing compensation to Magbanua. On April 19th, 2016, an undercover agent made contact with Donna Adelson in reference to Markel's murder. That's the bump. The undercover agent provided a press release of Markel's murder, asked for $5,000, and provided a phone number at which he could be contacted. As a result of this contact, that's what started all this busy bee stuff amongst the family. Donna Adelson called Charles, Sonny Boy, asking him to meet her about some paperwork that was hand delivered to her outside her condominium. During the conversation, when Charles inquired whether it involved him or others, Donna responded in a whisper, quite damningly, "Well, probably both of us."
I remember that. Yep.
And then it clicked in his head, of course, too. When Charles asked her to repeat herself, she stated, "Probably the two of us. And you probably have a general idea of what I'm talking about." Wink,
Okay,
wink.
this isn't even code. That's what's sad is that like none of this seems really a hush hush under the table. It sounds pretty obvious.
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't sound like they've been dealing on this kind of level before, you know? Lucy says, it is really crazy that Donna and Harvey wanted Wendi and the little sunshine living with them. The irony is that Dan got killed because he wanted his kids near him. Yeah. It was all about the kids and the selfishness. The selfishness of the grandparents, you know. So the arrest warrant or the document that they presented in court for the judge to sign goes on. Donna and Charles discussed meeting and whether or not Charles needed to bring cash. Charles inquired whether or not a threat was involved and whether the police should be contacted. Donna responded at this time she did not want the cops involved. Chucky immediately told his mother and to not talk about things on the phone or in the apartment, just, I guess, presumably just while walking on the beach. The morning of April 20 in 2016, Chucky told his mother he would meet her at home, which they did. That conversation was not captured, but they had sight of it. Goes on to say in the middle of the page, on Monday, April 25th, a letter was sent to Harvey and Donna Adelson. And this letter was sent via USPS for the purpose of follow-up from the undercover's initial cover. So kind of a second bump. And that's what prompted that phone call we just heard from. Let's see. On May 4th, at approximately 2:09 a.m., a text message was sent to Donna's cell phone from the undercover agent. Later in the day, Charles asked Donna if she was okay, and Donna advised she would talk to Charles better on Sunday. Charles wanted to talk to Donna before Sunday, and they agreed in him coming around 11:30 the following day. But the most interesting and pertinent part of this, I think, is near the end. and this reveals something we didn't know until yesterday. Jail calls from after Charles Adelson's guilty verdict include multiple calls in which Donna Sue Adelson is telling Charles Adelson that she is getting things in order, creating trusts, and making sure her grandchildren are taken care of. She's wrapping up the loose ends. Donna discusses plans for a suicide, but also discusses plans to flee to a non-extradition country. And then Donna had considerable financial resources once again to accomplish this task. So that's why they moved in so quickly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think's happening with Wendi now?
Well, Renee says she hopes Wendi is shaking in her shoes, and I think she probably is. I hope they have a better eye on her than they did with Brian Laundrie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because we don't want her wandering off into the woods and feeding herself to an alligator or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We kind of want justice with this. And yeah, I don't know. I would love to be a fly on the wall in Wendy's apartment or wherever she is right now, but it cannot be a good time. And so Harvey was not arrested at the airport.
Yeah, just Donna.
Right.
So they don't have their eyes on Harvey at all?
I don't know, but I mean, she looks to be the mastermind of the whole thing. So yeah, jail calls, the audacity of their stupidity. They're recorded, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, that just feels like nothing left to lose. You know, I got to get out of here. And it was put together at the last minute. I don't think that was planned ahead. Otherwise,
I just don't understand why she waited so long. I mean,
right.
She didn't go to any of the trial. Why didn't she just bail before then, you know?
Yeah. And was she saving money by buying a one-way ticket? That's
saving
another red
money.
flag.
Yeah, because that's been her concern, is saving money.
Right. She's got money for the hitman. She's got money enough for a round trip ticket. Yeah. So I wanted to, speaking of Wendi and her shaking in her little boots, we're going to take another look at her ex-boyfriend, Jeffrey LaCasse, and his testimony, because he has some revealing things to say, and it looks like they might have tried to frame him. So let's take a look at him.
And make some statements to you about her brother Charlie.
She did.
And what were those statements?
She asked to speak to me confidentially in a very serious tone of voice. Told me that Charlie had investigated all possible options to take care of the problem of Danny Markel, including hiring a hitman, which would cost about $15,000. And I later revised that and thought maybe it was $50,000, but the dollar amount was the only thing in question. She definitely said that Charles Adelson had looked into hiring a hitman to kill Danny Markel.
And when
Lucy says, Jeff is odd. He's a little quirky, don't you think?
Yeah.
He comes across as honest to me. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. But,
he looks like my history professor.
Yeah. Hey, Randall. So Randall asks, why would she be shaking in her boots? And has a reason for asking the question. Well, one reason she would be is because of the conviction of her brother, but also there's an argument that she wouldn't be because she has
partial immunity.
The partial immunity, it seems like her and her lawyer have that maybe buttoned up, and a lot of legal experts I listened to today think that it's going to be difficult to build a case against her. So let's go on.
did she say Mr. Adelson had looked into hiring a hitman?
When the relocation was denied the previous summer.
Okay. All right. And the dollar amount, so she either said 15 or 50, you're not sure which?
That's correct.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably putting together a case against the whole family, so it took a long time. I don't like that she was out with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're teenagers now. It's going to be a rough life.
Okay. And when she said this, what was her demeanor like?
She's very serious,
All right, so definitely not the
You got it,
to
Randall.
be confused with the TV joke.
No, I'd heard that joke repeatedly. I knew that joke. This was something very different. This was chilling, a little scary, made my stomach flip. I found it disturbing. The joke was said in a lighthearted manner, and this was not said in that way. This was serious and said confidential.
All right, thank you.
We went to yoga.
All right, and after yoga, was there a discussion about your relationship and the status of your relationship?
Yeah, a very brief one. I mean, yoga's not a great place to talk, obviously. So while we were sitting there, she seemed very cold, and I kind of got the feeling that it was over, that this was it. So as we walked to the car, I tried to talk to her about the relationship, and that didn't go well. And so I just kind of put up my hands and walked away, feeling sad that this was it. She had a series of deep.
Yeah, the children. So they all this time they've been with. Have they been with Danny's parents?
Yeah, I
Do
think
we
they're
know?
with Danny's parents.
Okay, well, thank God for that. Because allegedly, like in the divorce filings, we heard that they were trying to turn the kids against Danny. And yeah, so.
Detailed questions about what I would be doing on Friday.
And Friday is going to be July 18th, right?
Yes,
And that's the date of the homicide?
that's exactly right.
What were her inquiries of you regarding that date?
I had a trip planned to Tennessee. She was aware that I was planning to leave about 11 a.m. On Friday. I need to get to Atlanta for an early dinner, so with traffic, she knew I was departing at 11. And at the yoga studio in the parking lot, she had asked if I was still going, if I didn't go, why not, what route I would be taking.
She seems to want to know an awful lot of information of what he's doing on the day of the plan.
For somebody she no longer wants to be dating.
Right.
Yeah,
And
interesting.
like he said, when they left their last date, she didn't seem interested at all.
Yeah, he's like, it didn't go well.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she calls him back, and all of a sudden,
Hey,
she's
you free on Friday?
right. She's really interested in talking to him, and that just that smacks of just yuckiness.
A lot of bizarre amount of interest in that
Yuckiness.
trip that didn't make sense to me at the time, given that she didn't want to spend time with me.
And how does it make sense to you now?
Well, if I had left on my trip at the scheduled time that she had known about for quite a while, I would have driven pretty close to Danny Markel's house about the same time as at the murder, in a similar looking car to the suspect vehicle.
We've
Yeah. So, does anyone think that he's just overly paranoid, or I mean,
Dude,
I
don't
really
know.
believe.
If my ex is suddenly like wrapped up in some kind of thing, I would start rethinking everything.
There is no reason for this line of questioning.
Yeah,
And
this is
you know what I
weird.
mean?
Yeah.
When she was so the cold
Wanting to
shoulder.
set it all up perfect.
Mm-hmm.
heard you were called in as a potential suspect, and apparently named by a Jane McPherson. Do you know who that is?
I do.
Okay, who is that?
That was a friend of Wendi Adelson's, and she was a doctoral student in our program. I had not much of a relationship with her, just a kind of a working relationship. We'd worked on a couple of projects together, but I didn't know her very well at all.
But someone that knew that you had been dating Wendi.
Have a good night, Randall. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, I think she was a confidant of Wendi Adelson's, yes, for sure. She went out to dinner with Charlie for what he called a celebration dinner. He said something to her. She spontaneously vomited on the table.
And this would have been within how much time after the homicide?
Within a few weeks.
Was it specified that the celebration was in reference to Dan Markel's death as opposed to anything else?
Wasn't specified.
Okay. But whatever it was, that's the dinner where she vomited.
That's right. That's right.
Also a weird thing to share with a guy that you're not really
Not
intending
dating.
on dating again.
Right, yeah.
I think one thing that has been established is you
Oh, the
believe
angry guy. This guy's so angry.
Yeah, Tiffie Lou doesn't like this guy, but he does have his moments.
I told you, it sounds like he learned how to be a lawyer from watching like Law and Order or something.
Or Better Call Saul.
Yes, it's just like he's performing lawyer.
Okay, I just think he's trying to give Charlie his best shot. I mean, he's got to.
What choice does he have?
Yeah, what choice does he have? He's got to go for the touchdown here. He needs it. There's 2 seconds left on the clock.
that Wendi Adelson tried to frame you for Professor Markel's murder, right?
I'm suspicious that there was an effort made in that way, yes.
And so that has affected your viewpoint, correct?
Sure.
So you meet with Charlie Adelson. He tells you that he's in the he's friends with people in the criminal element. You say thanks for a great meeting, correct? Send him a nice text.
The next day I sent him a text, yes.
You don't go to the police.
No, I don't go to the police.
And we were talking about that earlier, Tiffie Lou. I could see hearing this but thinking, no,
I wouldn't go to the police either necessarily.
At this point, I mean, yeah.
In July of 2014,
yes,
about a week before the murder,
Snappy.
when you're breaking up with Wendi Adelson, or things are seriously not good, she sits you down and she says, Jeffrey, I've got to confide in you.
And this fits with this comment. I think a small part of Wendi confessed to Jeff because he was her pseudo therapist. She cried and whined a lot to him, and he was always listening and supportive and gave her advice. I mean, yeah, you can't tell your real therapist you killed a guy or tried to have a guy killed. So he was there.
My brother actually looked into hiring a hitman. That's your testimony here today.
No, she didn't sit me down. She said it in passing, and she had a habit of blurting out things that weren't in her own self-interest. But she did do that. She did make that statement, yes, sir.
And it was chilling to you.
It was.
Unlike the joke, you thought it was real.
It was real, yes.
Did you go to the police?
I did not.
Yeah, that extortion defense where the three of them dream up this murder.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna do it different, guys. We're gonna go kill him first, and then we're gonna blackmail the family.
Yeah, but he's already dead. What am I paying you for?
Well, to not say that you guys did it and to frame you.
Yeah.
So
you said, because it's hard for me, because if she would take me back right now, I would go back to her.
Yeah, I was still under her spell to some degree. I would say I was fairly pathetic at that point. I would acknowledge that. Yeah.
So
I give him props for that.
She's probably amazing in bed. Okay. I mean, the crazies are always amazing in bed.
I don't have any personal experience with it, do I? I'm not sure what the answer is supposed to be
your
there.
inflection on that comment.
We're just gonna hit pause.
That was
pause.
Unpause.
Because I want to make sure I've got it right. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Sure you do.
Wendi Adelson has told you that her brother looked into hiring a hitman sometime in 2013.
Mentor.
Shout out to Mentor Lawyer.
I see you there in the background, your little glasses.
Yeah. He was right on it last night when the news came in. It came on YouTube and other internet sites before it was on the mainstream, networks.
That seems to always be the case, to be honest.
13. He gets murdered.
He does.
You go to an interview, and during that interview, you're still thinking about staying with Wendi Adelson. You don't want to talk badly about her because you still want to be with her.
You're talking about this July 23rd interview specifically?
Yes.
Yeah, it only been a week. It was still pretty fresh. I was still pretty mixed up. That's right.
So
yeah, I mean,
yeah. What do you think? People don't just make conclusions and an instant.
Yeah,
you know?
and I've had some pretty pathetic moments in relationships in
I
the
know.
Yeah. If you don't know, Tiffie Lou was my first girlfriend in high school. We met way back then. But yeah, so
You had some
obviously
more pathetic ones after that, though. So.
we did. I think the more pathetic ones came later in life.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
What happened in September of 14? What happened in
Love her face.
October of 14? What happened in November of 14? What happened in December of 14? January of 15? February of 15? You still didn't think that was important to tell the police?
I'm happy to answer that. I think you deserve an explanation on that. You may have noticed in my March 6, 2015 interview, I come in with notes, big pile of notes. Those notes are written in July of August. They're written pretty quick after the murder. I didn't come in right away, partially because I was scared of your client. I was scared of the repercussions if I went on the record further about my suspicion. So I was reluctant to come back in because I was frankly scared.
He hired, she's involved in hiring somebody to kill her ex. Why wouldn't you be next on the list?
Right.
Of course, you're going to keep your mouth shut for at least a time being.
Here's Charlie talking like a tough guy, and he's heard it, and they know he's heard it. He's got access to some drugs he could just inject them with and get it all over.
Of course, he's going to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
I get it. You were scared of him in August of 14, but you weren't scared of him in March of 2015.
I decided to man up. I decided it was a homicide and needed to man up. That's the decision I came to.
You weren't scared.
Oh, look at Charlie.
Scared to tell him that my client had actually looked into a hitman a year earlier. That didn't scare you. You could tell him that in July.
No, I was.
Hold on, sir. Let me ask the question.
Yeah, was he up all night, Lucy? I would imagine as the news was coming in, he had a live, she said, at 2 a.m. and then another one at 4 a.m.
Oh, my gosh.
And he was live early this morning.
To mentor lawyer. I mean,
He really...
In July of 2014, you told police that Charlie Adelson, you heard, actually looked at hiring a hitman. You weren't scared to tell him that.
I asked for police protection. I was scared.
You told them that in July of 2014. Isn't that correct?
Yes, in the same conversation, I said, can I get some assurances? Can I get some protection? I have something I want to tell you. I'm scared to tell you.
But you were too scared to tell them about a celebration dinner comment, and you waited almost half a year to tell them?
Well, I did wait half a year to tell them, but the notes I brought in were written right after that interview.
Okay, I have a question. Waiting half a year, waiting a year, waiting 4 years, that has nothing to do with the killing of Dan Markel. I mean, I don't understand what argument the attorney's going for. He's not involved in this. So he waited to tell someone. He was terrified to say something.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with anything? Like, I don't understand the connection.
Yeah,
How is this going to get Charlie off?
Right. And how does this really impeach his credibility?
So you're making the boyfriend look like he just too scared to tell somebody because he's scared of your client. You know?
Estranged one said Napoleon syndrome. I was astounded when I saw him and Georgia Kappelman standing side by side. I don't think Georgia Kappelman is like 6 feet tall or anything, but she towers over this.
She's taller than me.
I also wanted to get my thoughts together because I thought this day might come.
Yeah.
And in those first 2 interviews, there was a lot going on. It was pretty traumatic, so I wanted to collect my thoughts. So that's what.
To me, he just comes off as really genuine.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's like you're attacking the wrong person over here.
Yeah.
What I was doing, in addition to being pretty frightened and having to get over that idea.
Isn't it true that those comments never happened and you're upset because you believe that this family tried to frame you for murder?
Everything I'm saying is true.
I'm sure it is. May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Move to strike the I'm sure it is.
What a dick.
Yeah, that was a little snippy.
It's funny when Georgia does it, we're happy though. So
Yeah, Georgia does it with a little more class than that, though. I
Mhm.
mean, a little more snark. So this is her last question on a redirect now for Jeffrey LaCasse.
Information.
Because it was a past tense thing she was reporting, I did not sense there was a present danger. I didn't know hitmen had already visited Tallahassee. I didn't realize there was an active murder plot.
In hindsight, should you have gone to the police with this information?
Yes.
Yeah.
One moment, please.
We don't have the benefit of hindsight, unfortunately, in the present, you know. So I completely get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel bad for him being attacked like that on the stand. Like he had very little to do with any of this.
Yeah.
Other than just being a part of a conversation, you know.
Yep. And every time somebody goes on trial for this, he gets dragged back into the court to have to tell the same story again.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see what, like if Donna gets a deal, or I mean, who's the person at the center of the cork board with the red pin and the strings leading out?
It was Donna.
Yeah.
I always thought it was her.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
I mean, I don't know. This has been just an adventure, and it keeps on going because do we have any that little thing with Donna didn't talk about upcoming trial dates or anything. So do we have any information regarding that?
I don't know when she'll be in court next. No, it's all been coming fast and furious today.
Right,
but
yeah,
that she's sitting in jail right now. She doesn't have a bond, and is waiting extradition to whatever county this is in.
Are they going to create a bond for her? I mean, she just tried to flee the country.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
They would want to, right?
No, I don't think so. And I mean, how much money have they spent on lawyers already? With how much did Napoleon cost them?
I want to know how deep their safe is, man. You know, they've been tapping into it for almost a decade.
Right. They spent a lifetime building it up. And then I was telling Tiffie Lou earlier, imagine your mother calling you up, sending you emails, and wanting to murder your ex-husband.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I would just assume she was Nutter Butters.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I would even take it seriously.
Right. You wouldn't be like, oh, that's a great.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I've got a few numbers you can call. Yeah.
A strange one says all of this is because of Wendi, and she had manipulated all sorts of men to get what she wants. She for sure manipulated her own family too.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like she manipulated Charlie somehow.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Because he had a good life. He was a playboy. You know, I had all these girlfriends,
unmarried, lots of money,
nice car, good job,
right?
Good looks.
He had money
ish.
Okay.
So
no, dude. I'm not even gonna say good looks.
Yeah, I mean, money adds a few points.
He had money.
Right. But yeah. As Riddle says, tough to ask a defense lawyer. He has zero to work with. Someone had to defend the piece of shit. And you're right. Yeah. Even the shittiest piece of shit deserves a defense.
Yeah.
And I mean,
according to our Constitution,
somebody's got to represent Sarah Boone. And if she wants a trial, she's going to get a trial no matter what.
Right.
So yeah, that's interesting. But he did get stuck with the short end of the legal stick.
He's getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's not like he's court appointed.
Yeah.
He didn't have to take it.
That's true.
You know?
Yep. Kind of feel like Wendy's ultimate plan was for this all along. Get rid of Dan and get rid of her family and claim all the cash. Wow.
Whatever is left. Well, I don't know if there's going to be much left anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, that's interesting though, isn't it? Yeah. Wendy's turn is coming soon, says Roberto. If you think the prosecution's office divulged all the evidence they have, then you're mistaken. Yep. if you ever watch any trial stories, they always keep stuff away from the public. Yeah,
Mhm.
I have no doubt Georgia has a few cards in the hole.
Well, and that's why I'm like, partial immunity doesn't necessarily mean she's safe, because they might have something else on her that they can bring out later.
If they can prove they just found it out by themselves,
Yeah.
independently
Yeah.
of her testifying about it, it's all fair game,
Right.
from what I understand.
Right.
So, yeah, what's Mama going to do? Are they going to try to turn Mama on Wendi to complete the set, like
But
collect
if
them
Mama
all?
turns on Wendi, isn't she going to harm her grandchildren? I mean, then her grandchildren don't have any parent.
I would, yeah. And yeah, that's just really sad. I mean, that's awful.
Well, this has been fun. I can't wait to see this moving forward. I'm excited.
Yeah. And who knows what tomorrow brings, for that matter.
I know. We've got to keep our eyes peeled.
Yep. So anyway, let us know what you'd like to see on the next live.
We do have a little bit of a local story that
Oh,
surfaced
yeah.
recently. Well, local for us in Los Angeles. Apparently, someone has been accused, because he hasn't been convicted,
right,
of killing his wife and mother-in-law, or both in-laws. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Chopping them up into little tiny pieces, and trash men keep finding parts of their body all over Encino.
It's really quite delightful. I mean, you told me about this just before we went on air today.
I just heard about it like an hour ago.
And
so.
I have a little summary here. Samuel Bond Haskell is his name. Bond is his middle name. Samuel Bond Haskell, 35, has been charged with 3 counts of murder following the discovery of partially dismembered remains in Encino, California. He is accused of murdering his wife, May Haskell, and her parents, Yangxing Wang and Goshan Li, who remain unaccounted for. The remains found in a trash bin have not been identified. Haskell was arrested after day laborers he hired to move bags. He hired day laborers.
Like somebody you meet at Home Depot?
Yeah, allegedly hired day laborers to move bags of body parts. And they noticed. Surprise.
Yeah,
I mean,
you think?
Law enforcement found significant evidence at Haskell's home, suggesting it was the scene of the murders. Detectives continue to investigate, searching for additional evidence in the area. So, yeah, we'll detail that one. And
LA is so fun.
It's so delightful. There's a bridge on fire now too.
In LA?
Yeah, a fire in the underpass that had homeless encampments in it. So they've got a big snarl there with already bad traffic in LA.
Yeah, great.
Anyway, all right, everybody. We really enjoyed having you here, and we'll see you again on Friday. This is Tuesday. And let us know in the comments below what you'd like us to talk about. And who knows, we might have more Adelson or Boone news by then anyway.
Yeah, totally.
So, all right. We love you guys.
All
We'll see you on Friday.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.